Hello and welcome back to the Bookshelf Odyssey. My name is Art, and today I'm doing Behind the Booktube Tag. Saw this tag going around and knew I really wanted to do it. The first question is, what has surprised you about Booktube the most, both good and bad? And I would say good is just how welcoming the people that in the channels that I have followed have been. When I decided to start my Booktube channel, rather than people complaining about how, oh, there's too many channels, the market is saturated, all that, they were very open, very welcoming, and it was a lot of fun just to be invited in, to be a part of the Booktube family, and it's been great. Bad? I don't know if I have had really any bad experiences yet. The bad comments I do see occasionally on, not on my channels, but on others. That's sometimes it surprises me how passionate people are about the things they hate and will be rude or just awful to the hosts of the channels. And then some of the other comments men will leave on some of the women booktubers channels can be pretty grody. I guess that shouldn't surprise me, but it does at times. So maybe there's that. But otherwise, my experience has been good overall. Question 2, how do you balance reading and Booktube with the rest of your life? Poorly, very poorly. In fact, I even struggle between reading and filming. And I see a lot of booktubers will say that sometimes they film so much they don't have time to read, but I'm still kind of the opposite. I'll read so much I don't always have time to film. And I've been wanting to film more weekly updates about what I'm reading and things like that, but it gets to be the weekend and I'm, eyes deep in books and then I really struggle to, put the books down to make time to do that. Plus adding in my life as a father, as a husband, and I work, it's all just, there's just a lot of plates I juggle. So unfortunately, the filming sometimes takes a back seat, and I had to kind of tell myself a while ago it was okay if I didn't get a video out every single week. And I just had to be okay with that. And if people didn't like that, then, they can not be subscribed to my channel then. So kind of came to terms with that, and I'm okay with that now. So question 3, have you ever thought about Patreon? I have, because I am a patron to a couple of channels and people that I've really enjoyed their content. And my view of Patreon is it's a great way for a channel or I don't know what you would call them, a YouTuber, an influencer, something, to have direct contact with their community. And as well, because there's that wall, that paywall, it helps to kind of weed out the detractors and those there to cause trouble and things like that, But part of why I love giving money to different channels and people I follow is because I love what they do and I want to help support them to be able to continue to do it. And I think I know there's some who can do that full time. Probably not with the Booktube channel, but maybe they can. But with different things that they do, and they're able to use that to help them be able to do it full time. And I think that's great. Personally. And if Patreon's not your thing, that's fine too. It's definitely something I'm thinking about. I kind of want to, I think, grow a little bit more as a channel first. And from my side of things, if I started charging for like extra content or, like book clubs or something, I want to make sure I can actually stay on it and not waffle so much like I always tend to do here on the free side of things. So, basically if your hobby can bring in some extra money for you during the month, I think that's fantastic. I really do. I think that's great. And I am glad that we live in a world where I can find a creator that I love their work and their passion, and I want to help support them so they can continue to do more of that. I'm a big fan of Patreon. Have you ever made mistakes on Booktube? Well, sure. Probably just of the editing variety. I'll edit a video, I'll rewatch it, I'll post it, and then realize, oh, there's an editing mistake there. It's the same with podcasts. When I do my podcasts, I will try to catch all the mistakes, but sometimes they slip through, but nothing real serious, like where I'm in danger of being canceled or anything, or got caught in a rowdy discussion. Probably the closest that's come to is the video I posted about the Netflix Persuasion film, and my review of it. Things got a little spicy in the comments, but it wasn't really directed at me, if that makes sense. But I was really trying to be careful about expressing my disappointment in the film, but yet still wanting to understand other people who might have enjoyed it, as wrong as they might have been. Question 5, any advice for new booktubers? Yeah, if you're thinking about doing it, do it. I had that thought, and I had that thought for quite a long time before I finally did it. And it came down to this question of, will I regret not doing it? And I realized I would regret at least not trying. So I went with it. I just jumped in and did it. And that's really the best advice I could give you, is just do it. If you wait till things are perfect, till you have a quiet setup, the right camera, the right microphone, the right computer, all that, you'll just keep making excuses. Just jump in and do it. Learn as you go. That's been my progress. So just do it. It's a fantastic. And if you do, let me know. And I'd love to check out what you got going on. Question 6, thoughts on the YouTube algorithm. Well, I hear a lot about that, and I'm thankful for it in one sense, because it helped me find channels like Books and Things and Kate Howe's channel. And I hear all kinds of people talking about it and how it promotes a certain kind, but it limits somebody else, and how frequently you upload videos can either help or hurt it, all that. There's the best time of day to post, all these things, and it'll just drive you crazy. So I've pretty much decided I was just do what I'm going to do. And if I happen to catch the algorithm wave, great. And if not, you know what? That's okay. I think in the end, I will be less stressed by it. It's funny, you can get stressed out by this weird, omnipresent thing, that doesn't even really exist. I don't know. But you see all these videos about how to hack the YouTube algorithm and how to get 1 million subscribers in 1 month and all that. And I guess my purpose for this channel is not to see how quickly I can get to 1 million and can live full time off the ad revenue. But, I'd rather have 500 loyal subscribers than 10,000 subscribers that I managed to trick into subscribing to my channel because I used YouTube algorithm hacks. I guess on the other hand, and I know this makes me have 3 hands by now, but if I could have 10,000 loyal subscribers, that would be something, I suppose. But but you know what I mean. Just given that choice, I guess I'd rather go for the genuine people who want to hear and follow along on my channel and hear from me. Question 7a, how do you decide on what videos to make? Well, I sit down and take a pen and a piece of paper and I write out a big list of video ideas, and then I put it in a notebook, close it, and never look at it again, and go and film something completely different. That's pretty much been my strategy from day one. And it's one of those areas I want to try to do better at, get myself a little better organized and consistent. But overall, I just kind of follow wherever my whim takes me. And sometimes I don't plan ahead, which can be good, but then sometimes it's kind of bad too. And you might not always see it on that end, but I definitely, in the behind the scenes stuff, I can think, why didn't I plan for this ahead better? So maybe that's something I'll try to work on in the future. 7b, have you ever been overwhelmed by video ideas? Not really, other than every time I see a new tag video come out, I think, oh, I want to do that one. I want to do that one. And I start keeping a list, and I've got like 30 tag videos I want to film and haven't done any of them yet. So There's that. Question 8. Have you regretted posting a video? No, I don't think so. Not yet anyway. I always have that regret of I could have said something better or did something differently, but yeah, not really anything to regret yet. Question 9a. Are the number of subs and views meaningful to you? Yes, they are. And as I already mentioned, it's not like I'm here desperately trying to get to 1 million subscribers, and I'm going to do whatever it takes to get there, because I think that way lies madness. Um, and it's something I would tell new booktubers too, is just do what you want. Film it in the way you want. What makes you happy? What do you want to talk about on your channel? Because there's something that I have on this channel that nobody else has, and that something is me. My thoughts, my personality, my tastes of reading, my odd way of looking at things. That's exclusive to me. And the same goes for every channel I follow, and every channel out there everyone's is a little bit different. I do tend to find that the bigger mega channels, not there are some notable exceptions, but a lot of them seem to kind of lack that personality, and it's more of almost a manufactured feel. And I don't really find that appealing. And it could be because I found them after they've made it big, versus not. But the subs and views are meaningful to me because that means I'm connecting with somebody. Now, I've said, and I've heard people say too, that this is so much fun. I would do it even if nobody was watching. And I can't say that I would, to be honest, because, if nobody's watching, then what are you doing it for? I guess for your own enjoyment. There's that. And that's not nothing. But even if it's just, and I guess this goes into number 9b, are the number of subs and views a measurement of success? I would say no. For me, what is a measurement of success is more of the interaction I have. I'll post a video and maybe there's a comment, maybe there's 5 comments. That to me what would more drive if I see it as a successful video or not. So again, the one I posted about persuasion, I think that's the video that I have the most views on and probably the most comments on as well. And that was something that I was able to catch a popular topic at the time, but it was a very natural fit for me because, Jane Austen is an interest of mine. Her books are, her movies are, so it was a very natural fit. And I wanted to talk about it. And so to me, what made that video successful, not only do I like the thumbnail I made for it, but also just the interaction I had with people in the comments was really fun. Learning from people who enjoy the movie and hearing their point of view as to why, and celebrating the few things in that movie that did work, but bemoaning the fact how overall, they had, all the right pieces, but it just didn't come together, for me. And I don't know, it was just a lot of fun. That was fun. Yeah. So for me, it's the interaction with my audience that signals success for me. Question 10, are you disappointed by the growth on your channel? Not entirely. There were a few stretches there where I lost more subscribers than I gained, and it wasn't even a huge number. I gained like 4 and lost 5, something like that. And, that's a little discouraging. But then it was something that I think I saw on Becky at the Teacup, the Storytellers channel, where she said she doesn't mind it when people unsubscribe because that just means that this channel is not right for them and they're going to go and find something that is. And I really like that approach. That's something I kind of took to heart, that encouraged me through that, through those times where it seems like I'm not reaching people. And every time I see that subscriber number go down, I think, well, that's fine. They don't maybe they don't want to subscribe. Maybe they're just not enjoying what I'm putting out. They want to save it for go find somebody else, and that's great because, like I said, I want people here who want to interact and be a part of this community and talk to me about the books that we're reading and all that fun stuff that Booktube is. And although I just decided too that all the ones that unsubscribe do so because they're really just bots, and YouTube found them out and kicked them off. That's probably what it is. Question 11: have you thought about quitting Booktube? No, not at all. I'm still having a lot of fun with it. I suppose the day might come when if I just don't want to do it anymore, if it's feeling more trouble than it's worth, that day may come, but I'm having way too much fun with this. I love the whole process of filming, of editing, of designing thumbnails. It really taps into that creative joy that I have, or that I love creating, I love painting, I love drawing, and turns out I love filming, editing, and designing thumbnails and all that. It's just been so fun, and as long as it can remain fun, I'm all aboard. Question 12A: what are the most touching comments, and then what are the most negative comments? I don't know if I have any in specific. Somebody had the idea of writing down in a journal or something the YouTube comments that mean a lot to you, because they can be kind of hard to save, and I like that idea. But the comments that mean a lot to me are the ones where people don't just talk about the books that I talk about, but they even go beyond and just say something nice, or they go out of their way to being kind towards me or towards somebody else even in the comments. I love seeing that. And the ones where we might disagree on a subject, but we can still be friends, connect, and have joy over the books that we do like. I love that. The comments I have problems with, and again, not personally, I don't know if I've really had any negative comments yet. Although I know that'll probably come as your channels grow. They tend to come with the bigger numbers. But the ones that would be negative to me are, it's not so much saying I don't like the book you like. It's going that extra step and with the attitude of I don't like the books that you like, and that makes you a bad person. That kind of approach, that kind of an attitude can be really negative and can be very hurtful to those who receive it. So, I would always encourage caution if you disagree with somebody's point of view to really keep it on topic, that, it's explain, why the book they recommend or they talk about is a book you don't like. But really enjoy that conversation and work hard at being kind in your response. Going back to that persuasion video, that was something I wanted to be very careful about because I don't want to discourage somebody if that persuasion film was like the best thing that ever happened to them and it made them, want to run and read the book. If both of my review or my comments to them were hurtfully critical, that could discourage them from ever wanting to read it or ever being a part of our community. And I just don't want that. And then question 13, where do you see yourself in Booktube in 5 years? Well, let's see, I'll be celebrating my 7-year anniversary, I suppose. And at the rate I've been growing, let's see, I'll probably be at like 1750 or so if I average 250 subscribers a year. Who knows? I honestly, I hope I'll be here still. I'll be 52 years old though. Oh, wow. I might have to change my title to like Old Man Booktuber or something. And, you come over to my channel and we'll talk about World War II books, Yeah. All right. I know 52 is not very old, but I don't know. I always think of myself as young still. I don't know if anyone else in their mid 40s that still thinks of themselves as a teenager, or, when you stop to think of your age, you realize, oh wait, I'm not a kid anymore. I certainly know my doctor tells me I'm not a kid anymore and I need to stop and get a better um, diet and all that. But I don't know. I hope I'm still here. I hope I'm still talking about the classics that I love to read, the books I love to read, encouraging people to read Dickens and Gaskell and Wilkie Collins and Jane Austen and all the others that are so wonderful to read. And um, all those books that they don't become forgotten. That would be my fear, is that some of those classics would be put away and never picked up again. It's not to say that there's not new classics being written, because there are, but Booktube has had a profound impact on my reading. It uncovered all of these classic authors I had never heard of before or really thought much about, other than Dickens and Jane Austen. And I wondered, was there really anybody else? And oh yeah, there are, and some that are just as good and sometimes better. You find. So yeah, so that wraps up my book tag. And I don't know, I want to tag somebody else. So I looked on their channel, I didn't see it. So I'm going to tag Mitzi from Mitzi Reads and Writes, and I'm going to tag Alice from Alice and the Giant Bookshelf. If you ladies haven't done this yet, I want to tag you. At the time of my filming, I didn't see that you have done it yet. Tag you're it. And for everyone else, especially if you are a new booktuber, I would really love to hear your thoughts. So consider yourself tagged. Let me know if you do that. All right, that'll be it for me today. Until next time, happy reading, everyone. Take care.